everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Polity lesson number 2. Topics that we are going to cover in this lesson is historical background's conclusion and secondly, how our constitution was framed. In lesson number 1, we have already studied company rule and now we are going to conclude crown rule section. Now let's talk about Government of India Act 1919. On 20th August 1917, British government tries to bring steps to form more responsible government and Government of India Act 1919 पास किया गया but it came in force in 1921. इसके फीचर्स क्या क्या है? सेंटर एंड प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट लिस्ट बनाए गए जो अपने अपने लिस्ट पे दे विल मेक लॉस. प्रोविंशियल लिस्ट को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड किया गया, ट्रांसफर सब्जेक्ट, रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट. दिस सिस्टम वाज कॉल्ड द डायकी सिस्टम. ट्रांसफर सब्जेक्ट्स पे गवर्नर और मिनिस्टर्स मिलकर फैसला लेंगे, रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट्स पे गवर्नर प्लस एग्जीक्यूटिव काउंसिल लॉज बनाएंगे, बट अल्टीमेटली दिस सिस्टम फेल्ड. The next feature is talking about bicameralism. That means legislative council at center. ठीक है? So legislative council में दो parts है, upper house और lower house, right? So direct election से यहाँ पे bicameralism का system लाया गया and upper house को court of states कहा जाता है, we all know राज्यसभा, and lower house is court of people, legislative assembly. Viceroy's executive council में 6 मेंबर्स में से 3 इंडियंस थे बट किसी भी इंडियन को कमांडर इन चीफ का पोजीशन नहीं ऑफर किया गया था. सो कमांडर इन चीफ ब्रिटिशर ही रहेगा. सेपरेट इलेक्टोरेट्स फॉर 6 एंग्लो इंडियंस, यूरोपियंस, इंडियन क्रिश्चियंस बनाए गए. नाउ हियर कम्युनल इलेक्टोरेट इज एक्सपांडिंग. फ्रेंचाइजी सिस्टम, दैट इज लिमिटेड नंबर जिनके पास ज्यादा प्रॉपर्टी है, जो बहुत रिच हैं, जो टैक्स पे कर सकते हैं, वैसे लोगों को ही वोटिंग राइट्स दिए गए.
The further features added by the Act were that of setting up a Public Service Commission in 1926. Office of High Commissioner of India was in London, so it was set up there, and functions of Secretary of State were transferred to him. So some of the functions जो Secretary of State के थे, वो उन्हें दे दिए गए थे. It was also announced that there will be separate budget for centre and state. There will be appointment of statutory commission to review the working and they will report after 10 years of the act coming into force. So 1919 से 1929 तक how the act has performed, it will be reported by the statutory commission and the commission is called Simon Commission. Now let's quickly learn about Simon Commission. Simon Commission was set up in 1927 to review how the act has been performing under the chairmanship of John Simon. All the members, 6 members, were Britishers and that is one of the key reasons इस कमीशन के सारे रिकमेंडेशंस को हर पार्टी ने, कांग्रेस हो, मुस्लिम लीग हो, उन्होंने रिजेक्ट किया. लेट्स लुक एट द रिकमेंडेशन मेड बाय साइमन कमीशन. नंबर 1, दे रिकमेंडेड टू अबॉलिश डायकी. जो प्रोविंशियल सब्जेक्ट लिस्ट में हो रहा था वो ट्रांसफर सब्जेक्ट एंड रिजर्व सब्जेक्ट, तो वो जो सिस्टम था वैसे भी जो फेल रहा उसे हटा देने की बात की गई. सेकेंडली, एक्सटेंशन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबल गवर्नमेंट. They recommended continuation of communal electorates. This became one of the key reasons, again, for the commission to be boycotted. They recommended to establish federations for British India and princely states. Report में जो discussions हुए, so there were 3 round-table conferences of representatives of British India, British Parliament and princely states. Princely states के head आए थे. Report was submitted in 1930, reviewed by the Joint Select Committee of British Parliament. And British Parliament ने कुछ changes suggest की which were incorporated and Simon Commission के recommendation और ये जो British Parliament के changes थे उन सबको मिलाकर Government of India Act 1935 को बनाया गया. Now let's discuss one more topic that is very important and that is of communal awards. In August 1932, British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald, he talked about communal award. He said separate electorates should be given to Anglo-Indians, Muslims, Sikhs, Indian Christians. Plus, there should be separate electorates for depressed class and minorities. On this, Gandhi ji was extremely upset. वो बहुत नाराज हुए और उन्होंने कहा, I will fast unto death. And उस समय वो यरवड़ा जेल में थे. गांधी जी के इस फैसले से एक नया अग्रीमेंट साइन किया गया and that was on joint Hindu electorate plus रिजर्व्ड सीट्स फॉर डिप्रेस्ड क्लास. सो डिप्रेस्ड क्लास को सेपरेट इलेक्टोरेट्स नहीं दिया जाएगा बल्कि उनके लिए सीट्स को रिजर्व करके रखा जाएगा. एंड इस पूरे अग्रीमेंट को नाम दिया गया पूना पैक्ट ऑफ 1932. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1935. These were the final steps in creating the most responsible government in India. 321 सेक्शंस बनाए गए, 10 स्केड्यूल्स बनाए गए और इसका सबसे जो इम्पोर्टेंट फीचर्स हैं इनफैक्ट आर एज फॉलोज. नंबर 1, ऑल इंडिया फेडरेशन बनाया जाएगा एंड बाय जॉइनिंग प्रोविंसेस प्लस प्रिंसली स्टेट्स, उनके यूनिट्स को मिलाकर एक ऑल इंडिया फेडरेशन बनाने की उन्होंने प्लानिंग की अंडर दिस एक्ट, जो कभी नहीं हो पाया क्योंकि प्रिंसली स्टेट्स के हेड को ये मंजूर नहीं था. The next important features are separation of powers between center and provinces. अब जैसे Schedule 7 है जिसमें सब्जेक्ट लिस्ट है हमारे पास, एक यूनियन लिस्ट है, स्टेट लिस्ट है एंड देन वी हैव अ कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट. सिमिलरली उस समय बनाया गया फेडरेशन लिस्ट जिसमें 59 आइटम्स थे, प्रोविंशियल लिस्ट 54 आइटम्स, कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट 36 आइटम्स. जो कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट है प्रेजेंट डे में, उस पे लॉ या रूल बनाने का जो पहला अधिकार है एंड उससे रिलेटेड जो रेसिडरी पावर्स हैं वो सेंटर के साथ हैं प्रेजेंट डे में. सिमिलरली एट दैट टाइम द रेसिडरी पावर्स ऑन द कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट वर विद द वाइसरॉय. फर्दर दिस एक्ट अबॉलिश्ड डायकी एट प्रोविंसेस. इस एक्ट ने कोशिश की कि प्रोविंसेस में ज़्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबल गवर्नमेंट आए और गवर्नर शैल एक्ट एज पर एड एंड एडवाइस ऑफ द मिनिस्टर्स, exactly the same as present day governor has to do. Provinces will act as autonomous administrative units और ये जो फीचर है ये एक्टिव रहा 1937 से 1939 तक. Diarchy at center was to be created. इसका मतलब है ऑब्वियसली रिजर्व और ट्रांसफर लिस्ट बनाना चाहते थे एट द सेंटर एज वेल. दिस कुड नेवर हैपन एंड 10% ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन वर गिवन फ्रेंचाइजी प्लस वोटिंग राइट्स. As we already know, PSC was created in 1926. Now, Federal PSC, Provincial PSC and JPSC were created. So now Federal PSC is known as UPSC, Provincial PSC is known as State Public Service Commission and JPSC is for one or more states. RBI was established as a federal bank to look after the currency and credit. Separate electorate to depressed class like women, laborers, workers and SCs were given. Again, now this was a bitter point. And LCs, legislative assemblies, that is bicameralism set up, was created in Bihar, Bengal, Bombay, Assam and the United Provinces. Federal Court was established in 1937 and this act abolished Council of India, which was set up by Government of India Act of 1858. Now the Secretary of State was provided with advisors rather than a council that he had earlier. Now coming to Indian Independence Act 1947. There were two aspects of this. पहला एक बहुत ही खुशी की बात थी कि हमें आज़ादी मिल रही थी, बट जो सबसे दुखद पार्ट रहा वो था पार्टीशन. So February 1947 में British Prime Minister at the time Clement Attlee announced कि British rule shall end on 30th June 1948 in India. All the responsibilities will be transferred to responsible Indians. Immediate protest by Muslim League started after the announcement and they wanted partition. On 3rd June 1947, British government ने अनाउंस किया कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाया जाएगा बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली, जो 1946 में सेटअप कर दिया गया था, बट इट कैन नॉट बी अप्लाइड टू प्लेसेस जो इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते. उनको ज़बरदस्ती फोर्स नहीं किया जाएगा इसे अपनाने के लिए, बिकॉज यू नो देयर वर मैनी स्टेट्स एंड प्रिंसली स्टेट्स एट द टाइम. ऑन द सेम डे 3rd June 1947 माउंट बैटन प्लान को अनाउंस किया गया सिंस मुस्लिम लीग वर डिमांडिंग पार्टीशन. इसी प्लान को पार्टीशन प्लान भी कहा जाता है एंड इट वाज एक्सेप्टेड इमीडिएटली बाय कांग्रेस एंड द मुस्लिम लीग. और पाकिस्तान और इंडिया दो अलग अलग देश को बनाने का प्रोसेस इमीडिएटली शुरू कर दिया गया एंड इसका आउटकम था, इस प्लान का आउटकम बना गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट और द इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस एक्ट ऑफ 1947. यू ऑल हैव टू रिमेंबर इट इन अ स्टोरी फॉर्मेट. सो इस एक्ट से क्या हुआ, ब्रिटिश रूल एंडेड इन इंडिया फ्रॉम 15th August 1947. पार्टीशन हुआ एंड पाकिस्तान और इंडिया दो अलग अलग देश बने with their will to secede from British Commonwealth. उन्हें ऑप्शन दिया गया कि आप ब्रिटिश कॉमनवेल्थ का पार्ट रहना चाहते या नहीं रहना चाहते. So they had to decide on that. Dominions are free to adopt and frame their own constitution. ये दोनों जो कंट्रीज बने, डोमिनियंस बने, they were free कि वो अपना खुद का कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली सेटअप करें और अपना खुद का संविधान बनाए. लेकिन जब तक नए कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस बन नहीं जाते तब तक दोनों कंट्रीज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया एक्ट 1935 को फॉलो करेंगे. देयर वर सम मॉडिफिकेशंस मेड एज पर द विल ऑफ पाकिस्तान एंड इंडिया फॉर गवर्निंग बोथ द डोमिनियंस, जब तक नया संविधान नहीं बन जाता है तब तक. Further, office of Viceroy gets abolished, and British King, now on the recommendation of the cabinets of the Dominion, Pakistan and India, will appoint Governor General to govern them. ठीक है, who will be responsible for the governance of India and Pakistan. So they will have their own Governor General. Secondly, जो भी बिल ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट में पास होगा वो अब पाकिस्तान और इंडिया में एक्सटेंडेबल नहीं होगा, एप्लीकेबल नहीं होगा. It empowered British Constituent Assemblies of Pakistan and India to legislate for their respective territories. Center में Governor General रहेंगे to govern and look after the responsibilities, and provinces में governor will look after the functions, the administrative functions. Princely states को choice दिया गया कि आपको पाकिस्तान के साथ रहना है या इंडिया के साथ रहना है, you can freely choose that. Further, it abolished the office of Secretary of State. So उसके जितने functions थे, it got transferred to Secretary to Commonwealth Affairs. Further, it proclaimed that जो भी British treaties थे Indian princely states and tribal areas that will end from 15th of August 1947. It deprived the British monarch of his right to veto bills. The topic of veto will be discussed in detail in the upcoming lessons, but for now you just understand that it is similar to the veto power of the president, right? I have already posted a lesson on president, you can check that out. It's not that in detail, but yeah, it is like basic cover ho jayega wahan pe. So now the British monarch cannot hold a bill for reconsideration, or neither he can approve a bill. The British king cannot use the title of Emperor of India anymore, alright? And it discontinued the appointments to civil services. So now the civil servants who were appointed before 15th of August 1947, they can still enjoy the benefits. To two important facts, two important names. First, Governor General of India was Mountbatten, and the first Prime Minister was Nehruji. Now let's talk about framing of Indian Constitution. Introduction to the topic. In 1934, M.N. Roy suggested creation of Constituent Assembly. 1935 में similar demands Indian National Congress ने किए. 1938 में नेहरू जी ने अनाउंस किया that Constituent Assembly without any outside influence will be created and members will be chosen by adult franchise system. Point number 2 here, August Offer of 1940. It was about accepting the demands made by the Indian National Congress, Jawaharlal Nehru ji himself, and in 1942, Stanford Cripps came to India with a proposal that I'll help you to frame constitution for India. This proposal was rejected. Now let's look at the composition of the Constituent Assembly. So November 1946 में Constituent Assembly को set up किया गया और उसके members थे were selected on the basis of adult franchise. So 389 seats थे total, 296 and 93 princely states के seats थे. 296 में से 292 जो seats थे, members थे, they came from governors provinces and 4 were elected indirectly by the provinces franchisee. 93 seats were for the princely states, जिसके members चुने जाने वाले थे by the nomination made by the chief of those princely states. Now you can see what really happened was partly elected members थे और partly nominated members थे, ठीक है? So proportional representation plus single transferable votes का method use किया गया था and the seats were divided on the basis of population, so 1 seat for 1 million population. Separate community-based seats representations were given to Muslims and Sikhs on the basis of their population, which was proportional to their population. Results क्या है? 208 seats were won by Congress, 73 seats were won by Muslim League, 15 seats मिले other small groups को. 93 seats जो थे, जो princely states के लिए थे, they were not filled because princely state decided to stay away from the Constituent Assembly. Now let's talk about the working of the Constituent Assembly. So on 9th of December 1946, there was the first meeting that took place, but Muslim League boycotts that meeting. Only 211 members were in attendance. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly. On 11th December 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the president of the Constituent Assembly, H.C. Mukherjee became the vice president, and B.N. Rao became the advisor. You can see the list of names, right? major committee, minor committees, you need to remember them. And also, here's the drafting committee set up on 29th August 1947, and these are the 7 members that you need to remember, right? Now, talking about the enactment of the Constitution. See, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar introduced the final draft on 4th November 1948. So, पहली reading कब हुई इस draft की? On the 4th of November 1948. Second reading took place from 15th November to 17th October 1949. So total 7653 proposed किए गए amendments, जिसमें से 2473 were discussed. Third reading हुई on November 14th 1949. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar moved the motion, Constitution settled by Assembly be passed. So finally, the draft of Constitution is passed on 26th of November 1949. 284 members out of 299 members were present and they signed it. Changes by the Indian Independence Act. So simultaneously there were changes. See, representatives of 6 princely states were brought in the assembly. Post Mountbatten Plan, most of the princely states decided to join India, and the Indian Dominion Assembly, also Muslim leagues, members of the Muslim leagues joined the assembly. 3 major changes were seen by the IIA, that is Indian Independence Act of 1947. The first one is India was fully independent, and वो जिस तरह की कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चाहते थे अपने देश के लिए वो बना सकते थे, and it can make changes to the previous British regulations that were in action at the time. So India became a fully sovereign body. The Constituent Assembly existed till 26 November 1947, and it was all about making the constitution, and it was headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, and Parliament was enacting ordinary laws, and it was headed by G.V. Malvakar. Post partition की जो situation थी वो क्या थी? So out of 299 there were 229 provinces and 70 princely states were members of the Constituent Assembly, and originally the number was 389. Now let's talk about objective resolution. It is an important one. So it was announced by Nehru ji on 14th December 1946. It talked about fundamentals and philosophy of Indian Constitution. It proclaimed India as independent sovereign republic. It talked about how the constitution is going to shape our future governance. Territories of British India were now equal to Indian states plus those states who were joining India. Powers vested to the Union were autonomous status that was given to the Union, plus the residuary powers were vested with the Union. Parts of the government, organs of the government were derived from the people. The objective resolution also talked about the fundamental rights given to the Indian citizens. It talked about the justice that were assured by the Constitution, social, economic, political justice. It talked about how freedom of speech, freedom of religion, forming associations were given as a privilege to Indian citizens by the Constitution. Also, rights of minorities backwards were safeguarded. It maintained integrity of the territories, land, sea, air. The objective resolution talked about promotion of world peace and welfare of humans. So this objective resolution was unanimously adopted on the 22nd of January 1947 and beautifully compressed, and today we know it as our preamble. Now let's end the lesson with some important facts that were asked in the prelims examination in the past years. So, membership of India in Commonwealth was ratified May 1949. So, India decided to stay as a part of Commonwealth. India adopted the national flag on 22nd of June 1947. It adopted its national anthem and song on 24th of January 1950. And the first president of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, was elected on the 24th of January 1950. The Constituent Assembly had 11 sessions and it was active for 2 years, 11 months, 18 days. It went through the constitution of 60 countries, 114 days of consideration on the draft, total expenditure 64 lakh rupees. Final session 24th of January 1950, formation of the new parliament and the first general election 1951-52. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the lesson, and I have a throat issue, so maybe my voice wasn't that great, but I'll be fine. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one.